Topping your news first, a 19-year-old man who was arrested on charges that he raped an 11-year-old girl was released from prison just 2 days after his arrest. And now that same man, 19-year-old Javen Ross Garrido, is back in prison after a second victim, an 8-year-old girl, came forward with similar allegations. It was just a week ago that 19-year-old Javen Ross Garrido was arrested after an elementary school contacted police about the sexual abuse of an 11-year-old student. The victim in that case reported that Garrido had been sexually abusing her since she was 3 or 4 years old. And it appears, based on the report, that as the girl aged, the frequency of abuse increased. The minor said when she turned 9, the sexual assault happened, quote, at least once a month or once every other month, end quote. But at his magistrate hearing last Friday, Garrido was released from prison on a $20,000 personal recognizance bond and an order of house arrest. But his freedom didn't last long. 2 days after his January 10th arrest, on the same day Garrido was released, another victim came forward with similar allegations of sexual abuse. The alleged victim in this case, an 8-year-old girl. It's not known if the two alleged victims have any relation to one another or if Garrido's arrest in the first case gave courage for the second victim and her family to come forward. In the second case, the sexual abuse described in the magistrate report is appalling. The victim said Garrido abused her on 7 distinct occasions from September to November of last year. As confirmed by the girl's mother, most of the sexual abuse happened at residences Garrido had access to. The first time was when the victim was playing video games with Garrido. She reported that Garrido began fondling her and only stopped when a relative opened the door to the room they were in. The next 2 events, the victim recalls, also was interrupted by a relative. But the sexual abuse continued on several more occasions, and at one point, the victim told police that Garrido even showed her a pornographic video on his phone. When Garrido was interviewed, police say he confessed to everything. Garrido was charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct as a first-degree felony and 8 counts second-degree criminal sexual conduct as a first-degree felony. In the first case involving the 11-year-old girl, Garrido is facing 3 counts first-degree criminal sexual conduct as a first-degree felony. And PNC learned late this afternoon that Garrido was once again released from prison on January 14th following his second arrest, this time on a $30,000 PR bond. He was ordered to stay away from the victim as well as from alcohol. He was also once again placed on house arrest. His next hearing is scheduled for February 1st.